Hello, everybody. It's me, Rizo2612's Studios, also known as Antonio, and this is my first live stream specifically because this is like legit the first time I ever done a live stream, and like this is like the first time I ever done it for YouTube because I was inspired by my friends who have done it before themselves, and I decided to give it a try by doing one of my own. And I thought to myself that for the sake of this video, not video, for this stream, I'm gonna try and make it successful as I can. So forgive me if it's a bit scripted, if you will, because of basically the only thing I planned so far is to react to some of my either recent videos or older videos throughout these years on YouTube. And yeah, plus also a fun fact that this is also like a perfect time for me personally to be doing a live stream also, because by this point I'm like to be this very close to get 1,000 subscribers, because right now I got 971 subscribers, and I honestly appreciate all of you wonderful fans out there. God bless you all for the support over the years, and for sticking by me for for all these throughout all this madness going on in reality and real life and all. But hey, we at least we have something to help us not keep thinking about bad things that's going on out there in the real world too much all the time, like the virus and all that stuff. And yeah, but I wouldn't go into detail about it because of I mean, it is 2021, and one of my newer goals for 2021 is to keep on trying something new and all that stuff, and doing something. And one of these things of doing something new is doing a live stream test run. And yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna start doing pardon me, I'm gonna start doing my first excuse me, reaction on a video and all. And so yeah, just spare me a sec because I just need to sort out a few things here and there on Twitter, and then we should get down to rock and rolling on reaction videos. And yeah, it's good of you all to say hi, hello, and all. So yeah, let me just try and get the show on the road, and we'll begin with the first one. But first, let me just double check. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. So the first reaction video sorry, not reaction video, but like the first video I'm gonna do a reaction of is on my late Halloween special of 2020, known as the Ghost Train remake video. And yeah, I wish it could have been released at some point during Halloween, but I had a lot going on my hands at the time, especially since at that time I finished college at that time, and right now I'm doing now I'm in a new college, but although nowadays I'm doing education at home, so yeah, So yeah, but it's a different story to that. So and yeah, I guess I'll put it full screen just for this, for the sake of it. I mean, So yeah. So here we have GingerCat65 voicing Percy. This music track came from Kingdom Hearts, for those who are wondering, and it's called Magical Mystery, for those who are wondering. And it's a pretty good music track, and I highly recommend you to listen to it. And there's myself as Thomas, and hang on, forgot what was his name, the actor who voiced Toby for me. That was SP4449 fan 1 who voiced Toby for me. So, So, yeah, and so far we're doing good, like, progress in this. So, Anyway, the next video we're going to, yeah, sorry, just needed to check to see how I'm doing on the stream. The next video I'm gonna react on is Gordon Goes Foreign, which is, this one is technically a reboot take because the original version had copyright issues, and I felt like that I needed to do an improvement on. So and interesting fact about this music track, I was the one who did the remix of the Diesel 10 and Splodge theme from Thomas and the Magic Railroad and turned it into a nightcore piece for myself to use, for me to use throughout my Thomas videos, and also my upcoming Thomas series, Adventures of Thomas and Friends. And yeah. And so far I'm doing good progress and all. So For those who are wondering who is that engine there, that is my incarnation of Croven. And like the reason that he kind of looks like an actual like LNER B12 was that because I only had one tender model like this, and I decided to use it for my take on Croven and make my incarnation of Alfred totally different, for those who are wondering. And you could probably tell it is Croven because of the whistle sound effect. And there's Polar Express, who's been given like a Easter egg like cameo appearance. I had no idea why the that little shot there was like a long pause there, so I do apologize for that. And there's Connor in the background, and there's a an engine from the other railway in the background, and also. In here we have D261. There goes Wilbert puffing by in the background. For those who are wondering why I had D199 go like dope like Homer Simpson, it was just a little like comedy joke that I had in mind and all that. So yeah. Nothing too fancy to say here, but although I'm really like legit impressed with the outcome of the scenery with Gordon thundering down the line with the Express. And yeah, I will admit, I wish I could have improved on some of the scenes like this with the Fat Controller reading the newspaper, and also, yeah, that's why I feel like, as of today's standards, I felt like I would rate down this reboot 7 out of 10 for at least doing a good job on the reboot. Yeah. Although King's Cross, St. Pancras, they are like the same place and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, anywho, and sorry about that. Just still getting used to doing this live stream and all, and yeah. Anyway, here we have quite a few people here, and Oh, what the heck? I'll just do it like a little Q&A. I mean, I haven't got anything else planned for the stream and all, so you can throw in any questions if you all fancy. How are you? I'm doing all right, despite of how the world is, what's going on lately and all. But I mean, even though the world doesn't seem like have a decent or okay start, but I think it kind of does, depending on some people's opinions. But although I think that for me, for the start of 2021, I felt like it could have a bit more improvements and all that stuff, because we all have to agree that 2020 wasn't the best year at all because of all the madness with the virus and lockdowns and all that stuff and everything. So, who is your favorite Equestria Girls character, MLP character, and Thomas character? Um, when it comes to Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends characters, I would probably say that my main favorites would be Thomas, for because of like he could be like one of the few main uh railway series and TV series characters that I grew up being fond of. And yeah, I mean, there isn't a lot to say, but I guess I was totally crazy over him being my main favorite. Um, for railway series character, as another favorite, Thomas and Friends character, I like Wilbert, the Force Engine, mainly because I love the interesting fact about him that I think I think as far as I remember, he was named after the Reverend W. Audrey. If someone could correct me that in the stream for me, that would be great. Um, for My Little Pony, I like when it comes to talking about Equestria Girls and My Little Pony, like favorite characters, my main favorite characters would be Sunset Shimmer, Twilight Sparkle, Rainbow Dash, Starlight Glimmer, um, the Dazzlings, Psy Twilight Sparkle, um, Princess Celestia, Princess Luna, Discord, the Cutie Mark Crusaders, Spike, Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, I suppose. So, yeah. Um, are you a fan of Transformers and Jurassic Park / World? Yeah, I am a fan of Transformers, although I am familiar with mainly Transformers Prime and Transformers G1. I do plan to watch Transformers Animated at some point, and same would go for the Transformers movies, the live action ones, because the first piece of the Transformers franchise that got me into Transformers was Transformers Prime, because I was inspired by uh some friends of mine, either on social media or in real life, to see what Transformers Prime is like. And when I first started watching the first season on Netflix, my mind blew up. And throughout over time, while I was watching season 2 of Transformers Prime, I decided to give Transformers G1 a shot to see how good it was. And it seems pretty good. I give it good respect for its decent animation. And yeah. As for Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, apparently I don't think I'm not really into Jurassic Park or Jurassic World at all. I'm like, I never watch much of the films or anything like that. I'm not too crazy about dinosaurs personally, like some people are. So yeah, but although I do have respect for it for what it is, because it does seem to be one of the most well known franchises, just like Transformers or probably I would say Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that. So yeah. Um yeah, I mean I'm honestly like more into Transformers than Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, but who knows? I think, excuse me, I think perhaps one day I might consider watching Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, but I don't know because I'm not really too crazy about dinosaurs myself. I'm more of a train kind of guy because I have a strong passion for trains and all that stuff ever since I was a little kid and all that. But hey, I mean, I might consider watching Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sometime. So yeah. And yeah, I mean, so are there any more questions that could grab to my attention? Like, if you have any more questions you want to ask, you can ask freely if you want. I mean, like, because I just feel like in the mood to answer any of you guys' questions because I haven't got anything else to do during my spare time and all that stuff. So yeah, and mhm. And yeah, just checking upon my messages on Twitter right now to see if anybody had received the link to the live stream test that I sent to them or something, but hang on. You want to join my team, and I love Thomas the Train too. I used to play with them a lot. What is your favorite hero? Um, well, I have my own team, and that is basically like if you don't know about it that much, well, you should probably check them out on DeviantArt. And hang on, let me just share the screen for a second again. And basically, for those who don't know, I do a series on DeviantArt, which is become one of my favorite things to work on for DeviantArt. It's called Rizo2612 and his Adventure Team Squad series. And so far, I am currently still developing the first episode, which is known as The Adventure Begins Part 1. And throughout all these screenshots here, it contains myself right here. Like, let's go here into one of my favorite screenshots of the Adventure Begins Part 1 story, featuring myself in my The Spectacular Spider-Man character persona, along with Sunset Shimmer, teaming up with other favorite heroes of mine. And we battle against favorite villains of mine, such as Diesel 10, Dr. Robotnik, Bowser, the Joker, Captain Hook, you name it. Like, the rest is all here, like, throughout overtime. So yeah. So yeah. And my favorite hero, if you had to ask, well, my main favorite hero of all time will have to be, no doubt, Sunset Shimmer from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and My Little Pony Equestria Girls, mainly because I feel so damn related to Sunset all the time, like being the kind of friend that you can depend on. Like, I've always been supportive and empathy with my friends in real life and on social media too. And honestly, um I admire Sunset Shimmer so much and all that kind of stuff. Like, Like she's like one of the few characters that brightens up my day whenever I feel bored, and if I decide to watch entertainment, I would watch say like any of the Equestria Girls shorts that feature her as the main character. Like for example, the musical number "My Past Is Not Today." It's such a really damn good song, and I really love listening to it so much. Which, by the way, it's one of my favorite Equestria Girls songs of all time, and I often listen to it a lot on my iTunes or on YouTube whenever I'm out and about doing either whenever I'm out for a walk or whenever I'm out and about going to college or someplace else or something like that, like going to see a friend or something. But hey, what else can I say? Um yeah, I mean, not so much like to say about that, but excuse me. But making Sunset Shimmer like being one of the main characters from my Adventure Team Squad series on DeviantArt is really, really impressive, my friend. It really is. So I highly recommend you lot to check it out on my DeviantArt if you haven't already, because um I mean, like I would have done it as a series on YouTube, but I came up with the idea of doing it on DeviantArt instead because I prefer to do an art style and not make it like one of those like Adventure Team series on YouTube and all that. But hey, I mean, I haven't got a problem with that, but it's just that I mainly prefer to do it on DeviantArt personally because I would come up with proper projects that I rather prefer to work on YouTube and such. So yeah. Anywho, so yeah, not much here, but although I like I'm thinking of probably reacting to another video or something like that. So I'll just have a look through here to see what other video could I do a react on next. So yeah. Okay, let me just check through here. All right, let's see here. How about a better view for Gordon? Yeah, this one would likely be better. So okay, so okay. But before I do that, I'm gonna answer a few questions from certain other people. What software do you edit videos? Um, I use Windows Live Movie Maker, and I basically use it to create videos and all that stuff. And when it comes to terms of making, say, uh, animated music videos slash Halloween music videos or something like that, nowadays I would use PowerPoint presentation along with Windows Live Movie Maker to make sure that the like wild screen some of the footage of the characters from certain shows like say Transformers G1 or Spider-Man the animated series 1994 cartoon. So yeah, but anyway, moving on to the next question. Do you make movie spoofs? No, I don't, but I do I used to do, but I don't think I do. I still continue doing as of to this day because I don't seem to have interest of doing it that much. Like I used to do movie recast memes on DeviantArt. So if you go onto my DeviantArt, and if you research recast, like think of anything like recast or something like that, but just basically type in recast and then you would see what type of recast memes fan art have I done ever since throughout my life on DeviantArt. So yeah. I met Spectacular Spider-Man. I once really meet your team. Sorry. I really want to meet your team. I have also the power of music. Have you met Venom, Tom Hardy in your world? and my team is doing great. Yours? Well, let's just say that that my adventure team squad apparently are well are unaware about if our enemies would have broken out of their dimensional prison while we're just chilling out in our own paradise world of empathy and freedom and all that stuff. So yeah. Request. Can you make a Christmas music video of the song Heist Please Over the Edge? I'm not sure if you meant by Christmas music video, but whatever. I don't take requests for music videos at all, mainly because I mostly prefer not to take requests unless if it is from someone I know from social media and all that stuff, or from real life, then I may consider that or something like that. But I don't know. So yeah. But anyway, let's just start up with reacting to my next video. So hang on for a second. I'm just going to activate share screen again. Let me share audio. Yeah, I think you're supposed to press the tick here. So. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This is the very first Thomas Woodbury remake video as of from 2019. And for those who were wondering who was that blue version of Amy Rose, that was someone who I used to know from someone who I used to know in real life, but that is a different story, to be honest. So I wouldn't honestly want to talk about it. So we have Neil hanging out with Thomas, Percy, James, and Gordon. Oh, and Ryan. Interesting fact about this Thomas Wooden Railway remake episode. It was originally supposed to be a voice acting video with because it was going to it was supposed to be like a Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic crossover themed type episode, but since I couldn't find any actresses to voice the MLP characters at the time, I decided, well, forget it, and also I decided to focus on the main, focus on the UK incarnation of A Better View for Gordon. So, Plus, I want to hear you guys' thoughts about the station building here that I used to build, right here. So, yeah, because honestly, it was one of my favorite sets one of my favorite sets that I had built back then when I used to have this layout set up here in my living room. So yeah. Also, for those who noticed the Christmas tree hanging around in the background and the real one that will show up in a minute later on in the video, if you were wondering why was it part of the filming, well, around the time when I was filming this remake at the time, I was filming it back from December 2018, and it was originally going to be the last remake of 2018, but due to scheduling issues, it had to be pushed to be released on 2019 instead. The underground gets a Easter egg appearance. And there, you see the little, like, you see the Christmas tree there from this shot here. That was like filmed around the time when I had my when it was around Christmas around that time. So here we have old Slow Coach given a cameo as like a silent like role in this. So but it's no biggie. So and there we have the comic book guy Mickey. There's myself as a Lego character here. Raven right there. J. Jonah Jameson there. Like there are some few Easter eggs here and there throughout this video, and from there was Luigi and Sonic throughout the video, and yeah. So uh, I can't see your screen. I do apologize for that. It's just that, like I said before, that this was mainly a test live stream, so I apologize for that. Anyway, another question right here. All right, let's see. Jesus, sorry. All right. You meant animated music video, and okay, whatever. So yeah, I do apologize once again for those who didn't see the screen. It's just that, like I said, it's this is like my first time doing a live stream, so I do really apologize for that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna read this comment from a user called Twilight Sparkle the Tank Engine. Hello Rizo, what is your favorite character from Equestria Girls? My main favorite characters from Equestria Girls would be Sunset, Side Twilight, Sparkle, and the Dazzlings, and I guess that would have been pretty much it. And I guess honorable mentions would have to go to Equestria Girls' counterpart of Rainbow Dash, and yeah, I suppose so. But yeah, like yeah, so and what's this one? Can you check out my Shrek Mark Chang cast video, please? Okay, that's a bit of an odd request, but since I haven't got anything fancy, I'll just try and search that up, I guess. I hope it will be somewhat of an okay, decent video, something like that. Hang on. Yeah, just I'm sorry, it's just that I'm just trying to like read the title that a fan sent me. So yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure if you lads see it and all. So yeah, I had to put it to the beginning. I had to also mute it for the sake of copyright. So Not so much to say, but although I guess this cast looks in between good and bad, but I mean, seriously, I can't see your screen. All right. All right, hang on. Let me just see. All right. Sorry, I do apologize for that. It's just like I said before, that this is like legit the first time I have done a test run on the live stream and all that stuff, and I was going to test it out with some mates of mine, but I guess one or two people will be joining me like shortly. I guess I would say so. Or no, I mean, I don't know, but who knows? Like in the meantime, while I wait, I will try and answer as many questions as I possibly can. If that sounds awesome with a lot of you, my loyal fans. And yeah, if you got any more questions, you can throw them in if you want. I mean, I haven't got much to say here. Okay. Right. Right. Let me think about this. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's just that I don't know what else to say here, but although I'm thinking about like just trying to like come up with something. How does your StreamYard work? Well, this is like my first time actually using this, because I mean, yeah, I have used it before, but mainly I would get connected and join in other people's live streams. This is actually my own first test run on a live stream before, so like test run on a live stream of my own. So pardon me, it's just that I was just drinking a drink from my EastEnders mug, and yeah, I mean, I honestly just don't honestly know about it, so and yeah, I mean, so far it looks as if it will turn out good as planned here. So yeah, I'm just making sure that if you guys can hear me well, and yeah, is it working? Yeah, testing 1 2 3. Yeah, I just had to make sure, and hopefully things are going smooth sailing as planned. So yeah. Why don't you make Sunshine X Spider-Man? What do you mean by Sunshine? You mean the Spider-Man and Sunset Shimmer music video that I made? Ultimate Spider, if that's your name. So yeah. Pardon me, I was just stretching. Oh, the reason that I made the video known as hang on, let me just check down on my one of my playlists. The reason I made the Spider-Man and Sunset Shimmer Sunflower sorry, can't talk. The Nightcore music video Sunflower featuring Spider-Man and Sunset Shimmer was originally it was a video dedicated to someone I used to know in real life, but nowadays, because of because of life differences between us, I decided to keep that video for myself because I decided that it was actually kind of like more like a love story that I created within a music video with by de- by using two examples I could think of, Spider-Man and Sunset Shimmer. So yeah. And yeah, and honestly, I didn't expect it to get that many views as I was honestly surprised about as much as I am surprised as you all are. Like I got 1,488 views on the music video, and honestly, I'm really legit that surprised because of I guess Nightcore music videos are sometimes are not are some things that don't often appear much on YouTube unless if there is somebody um unless if someone decides to give it a try or something like that, like how I did. And like I mean, but I won't be doing much Nightcore music videos often unless if I could think of a good decent song and good decent idea for it as a music video. But because this explains why that I haven't done many Nightcore stuff related on my channel lately, and why nowadays I mostly do Nightcore stuff on my SoundCloud channel. Which, if you guys don't know much about my SoundCloud, you should go check it out because there are some Nightcore um music tracks that I have made. Excuse me. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to leave a link during this chat here for you guys to check it out. For those who have SoundCloud, follow me on SoundCloud because I'm not that well known in SoundCloud and all this stuff because I only have 34 followers there, and and I'm gonna leave a playlist to my Nightcore music tracks. So yeah, give me a second. So if you guys either go to it or copy and paste it onto the on the next tab, you can check it out anytime you want. And I'll leave you another link to it, but this one would lead to my profile for you guys to check it out. So yeah. And yeah, I mean, what else can I say? So, are there any more questions from any of you lot? So, so, yeah, okay. So, yeah. Anyways, for those who are wondering about, do I have any upcoming projects that I'm currently working on to this day? So far as I could remember from the top of my tongue, I have two current projects that I'm currently working on. One is Free for Heroes vs. War Tournament Round 7 Part 1. And so far I have got a few fights sorted and done, and I need to work on a special fight for it before the interlude. And once that is sorted, it will come out on YouTube sometime soon in the future. I don't know when, so don't ask me when is the release date for it, because as you should all know, that real life excuse me, real life events sometimes could get in the way. And yeah. As for the other project that I was talking about, another project I'm currently working on is the first ever official episode of Adventures of Thomas and Friends series. Originally, I was hoping that the first episode could have come out by last year or towards the end of last year at least, but due to getting everyone's lines sorted and done and everything, like while it's still in production, I had to schedule it to be released sometime this year. I don't know when it doesn't have a official confirmed date for when the first episode will come out. Even if it would have, I will announce it on either Twitter or Instagram about um when will the first episode of Adventures of Thomas and Friends come out. So yeah, like honestly, I'm legit super excited for it to come out sometime in the future once it's entirely finished because of it has wonderful choices of voice actors and actresses in general, and it has amazing choices of sound effects that I chose so far for the excuse me, for within the series and all. So anyway, um yeah, just spare me a minute because I'm like gonna try and message someone on, like, try and check on my notifications on Twitter about something. So yeah, I've just sorted out a few bits and bobs, and and I'm just going to wait and see what everyone else thinks and all that, like, you know. Anyway, so anyway, I might try and consider reacting doing another reaction video, like not reaction video, but sorry, like probably watch another video of mine and see how well will this turn out and all, but who knows. Okay, so let's see, what video shall I watch? Let's see, what video shall I have a look at? Something I hadn't looked at in a long time. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, maybe this one will do nicely. So yeah, hang on. Okay, all right, I'm just testing out the screen here and all that nice stuff here. So yeah, I need to hear it from any of you if you can see the screen and all that. So mhm. Oh, okay. This is how you do it. Sorry, this is I'm just new to this, like really legit new to doing this. So yeah, just checking to see if we got this. Can everyone see this? Like, do you all see this or something like that? No response. I guess I'll have to find out from later afterwards.
The engines were finding life difficult. Workmen were mending the viaduct on the main line. The arches needed strengthening.
Video buffers, for goodness sake. My apologies for this. It's legit the first time for this.
Did not want to close the railway.
Yeah, it's really legit a pain.
And so repairs took a long time.
So yeah, this is one of my favorite
Had to take great care when crossing the viaduct.
excuse me, one of my favorite Thomas Munro remake videos I ever done, which is Better Late Than Never. Although I did a okayish job by when it come to think of it, by comparing it to today's standards and all that. So
Thomas grew crosser and crosser. Time's time, he grumbled.
I mean, like, the audio's quality isn't hugely the best, but yeah.
Don't blame me, snorted Henry. If we hurried across the viaduct, it might collapse, and then you'd have no passengers at all. What would you do then? Run my train on time, for one thing, retorted Thomas. He hurried away before Henry could answer.
And after this, I'm thinking of probably I'm actually never mind. Sorry, what I was gonna say was of doing a proper react to the other two or other three. I can't remember how many it was. Other videos that I've just watched and all, but I do like apologize for those who didn't see the screen. It's just that I'm just learning how to use StreamYard and all that stuff.
We may be friends, but I thought you could go fast, Thomas. It's time we had another race.
So yeah,
I could beat you now. Thomas let off.
I honestly don't pay much attention to the older Thomas Munro remake videos that I made back then in my like younger days. Like around this time when I made this, I was like 12, I think. And yeah, but although I think I did an okay job, but I just feel like I really should try and improve a lot when it comes to terms of filming. So
Sorry, Thomas, he puffed.
yeah.
I was held up at the station, and the viaduct made it worse. It's lucky for you I'm a guaranteed connection, grumbled Thomas. Before James could answer, he puffed importantly away. Come along, he panted to the coaches. Annie and Clarabelle did their best, but Thomas soon found that he couldn't save much time. Suddenly, Thomas saw Bertie ahead. His radiator was steaming. What's the matter? Asked Thomas. You should be at the station by now. You're late. I feel dreadful, moaned Bertie. All upset inside, and driver says he can't make me better.
And around that time, I had a Ertl Bertie model, but nowadays I don't have it anymore, and I don't know what happened to it. So this explains how I have a Thomas Munro model of Bertie instead. But overall, I think it was well, all right choice. So
Now, Bertie's
yeah.
passengers, travelling in Annie and Clarabelle, all reached home safely. When Bertie was better, he came to thank Thomas. "I'm sorry I teased you about being late," he said. "That's all right," said Thomas. "I'm glad I could help. There are times when being late isn't such a bad thing after all." With a last cheerful greeting, the two friends went back to work.
So yeah. Okay. Oh, now you can see it. Well, you could have said something earlier, Ultimate Spider-Man, but wait, Ultimate Spider-Man. Sorry, I meant to say Ultimate Spider, not Ultimate Spider-Man. But come, come, come to think about Ultimate Spider-Man. Well, I'm planning to probably, excuse me, watch that show because of I mean, I never seen it before, but from what I heard, it does seem okay. Or what? I heard some good things about it, bad things about it, but I don't know. Excuse me. Anyways, call you Ultimate Spider-Man. Well, I don't know. Do you watch anime? Well, the only anime I watch is Sonic OVA the movie and Sonic X on. And speaking of Sonic X, I'm actually currently still watching Sonic X on Netflix. Digimon Frontier, which is the only Digimon cartoon I watch because like I honestly I think I had grabbed interest in Digimon Frontier a lot more than the other popular Digimon anime shows for some reason, but I don't know. But my guess is that probably because of after hearing how much of a great character Ranamon is, I would definitely say that she could probably be the reason why I was inspired to watch Digimon Frontier to see how good the show is. Same could be said for Rouge the Bat and Sonic X and all that stuff. So yeah. And another anime I watch, which I don't know if any of you all heard of it, but it's called Black Bullet. And so far I've seen about was it how many episodes have I last seen? Let me just check on a list. Something. Excuse me for a sec. Um, yeah, I've only seen about like 5 episodes of Black Bullet so far. So yeah. Who is your MLP and Equestria Girls crush? Um, if I were to pick any like if I were to definitely say who I have a crush on from MLP and Equestria Girls, it would definitely be Sunset Shimmer without a doubt. Mainly because she's my main favorite hero, and well, yeah, she is mostly considered an anti-hero, but I mostly treat her as a hero because I mean, I honestly, I'm one of the few fans of Sunset Shimmer who can't stand how she was first introduced in the Equestria Girls series as a villain, and then turning into an anti-hero and all that stuff, and becomes more of a heroic character and all. I mostly would prefer to treat her as a hero as such. So yeah, what is my favorite Railway series book? Um, My favorite railway series book will have to be Enterprising Engines because when I was getting interested to get the railway series books, the very first one was Enterprising Engines, and all that. It was a random pick, to be honest, at the time when I was finishing up primary school, and after I did research about the Railway series, I decided you know okay, I'll just see what the Railway series is like, and I realized that that the Railway series what came first before Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends came to life on TV and all that stuff. And yeah, which is a major surprise if you ask me. So, are you a Transformers fan? Definitely. And yeah. So, okay. Yeah, I've just been checking on my notifications on Twitter, and yeah. Um, like I said, I'm not a fan of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, so I don't have an honest opinion about it. I mean, I never seen any of the films or any of the games of it, so I don't know what to say about that. Sorry about that, mate. So yeah. Any more questions or any of you guys wanted to ask me? I'm all ears. Do you collect Tommy, Thomas and Friends trains, or is it just? Well, I guess that's what you meant by T and F. Okay. Um, I used to when I was getting into Thomas a lot when I was a little kid, I used to collect a lot of Tommy and Trackmaster Thomas trains, but nowadays these days I don't have them anymore because I moved on in life to focus on my favorite piece of merchandise of Thomas and Friends, and that is Wooden Railway. Although I don't mind Trackmaster and Tommy, but they will always hold a special place in my heart throughout my childhood and all. So yeah. And thanks for recommending me to watch the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films. I'll try and keep that in mind if I'm ever in the mood to watch it. I mean, I've got a lot of other like films that and TV shows that I have planned to watch. Like I need to get back to watching like I need to plan to get to watching the Descendants films, The Descendants 1, The Descendants 2, and The Descendants 3 because I got all three of them on DVD for Christmas, and I'm looking forward to start watching them soon. And I need to get to watch more of Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go. No, 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 no. I mean, I only watch it on Netflix. I For those who are wondering, what do I think of Teen Titans Go? I think it's a eh, okay-ish kind of reboot. I mean, yeah, it mostly focuses on comedy and all that stuff, and there isn't that much action going on throughout the episodes at all. Like by from from the start of the show. I mean, that is what I honestly miss about Teen Titans because I honestly love Teen Titans for like I honestly like Teen Titans the original a lot more than the reboot. Like share your thoughts about Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go in the comments in during the stream. I want to hear you guys' thoughts about it personally. Like which one do you like more? Teen Titans Go, or both? Personally, I would prefer Teen Titans a lot more because of I'm I honestly am more fond of the original a lot more than the reboot. Principal Singe or Sailor John, which character do you hate most? Well, I don't have much of an opinion about Sailor John, because to be honest, I haven't seen Sudor's Legend of the Lost Treasure yet, but I do plan to watch it at some point. But the reason that I never got around to watching it yet was because everything in life kept getting in the way, and I barely had enough time to try and plan out when I will ever start watching any of the Thomas movies. I mean, the last Thomas film, as far as I can remember watching, was King of the Railway, back when it first started becoming popular and all that stuff. I mean, I still watch any of the Thomas movies to this day, but not the recent ones, no. But I will try and do my best to catch up with all of them and all that. But I do remember watching The Adventure Begins at some point, and I think it was all right as far as I could remember. Although the one thing I kind of had to ask myself sometimes, now I remember it, is why Henry was in his new shape instead of his old one. If any of you guys noticed that, let me know in the comments. So yeah. As for Principal Singe, I honestly don't care about Principal Singe at all, mainly because like I really just I honestly don't care about her, to be honest. She's one of the few characters that I honest to God to this day I just don't care about very much. I just thumbs down personally. I mean, she's like one of the few characters who you just honestly don't care for at all, because I mean she just takes advantage, like makes like she just makes Side Twilight feel like unwanted, like feel like unappreciated and all that stuff in Candlelight High. Like I honestly sympathize for Side Twilight Sparkle when I first watched Friendship Games and all that stuff a long time ago on Netflix. And to be honest, although it was a good film, Friendship Games, not gonna lie, I think it was a okay, good, decent film. But the only character I don't care about the most was definitely Principal Singe and all that stuff. The way how I see her, she's kind of like Judge Claude Frollo and excuse me, from Judge Claude Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove combined in one character, to be honest with you. So yeah. Do I watch Total Drama? Heck yeah, I do. I mean, personally, if you haven't noticed in my character art, in DeviantArt, I create character artworks, and I do sometimes draw character artworks of characters that I am fond of, and I honestly just decide in random pick on who I wanted to draw. And as far as I know from by heart, the main character I draw the most to represent my interest in total drama will have to be Gwen from the Total Drama series, mainly because um I honestly felt like that she kind of reminds me a lot of Raven most of the time in the show, but then again, she is like one of the most entertaining characters in the show, and yeah. So yeah, I do watch the Total Drama series, and I do plan to try my best to continue watching more of it. So anyway, what are your thoughts on the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy on Netflix? I haven't seen it, but a friend of mine in real life told me he had started watching it and he was impressed with the outcome of the trilogy, and he recommended me to watch it and all that good stuff, and I said to him, "Yeah, sure, I will." And it was around the same time, like he recommended me to watch it, like around the same time when I found out the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon is on Netflix, and I was so super happy to find out that my favorite Spider-Man cartoon is finally released on the Netflix. And even as we speak, I've started rewatching all the episodes from beginning to end just to show some love for the show because I really enjoy the show so much. And I honestly enjoy Josh Keaton as Spider-Man / Peter Parker throughout the show because he is an interesting and great choice as Spider-Man and Peter Parker in my book. Excuse me. But I don't mind Tom Holland as my main favorite live action Spider-Man. So yeah. What do you think of Total Drama Perku Island? Um I honestly didn't catch the answer to the question, but I think it's the name of it. But hadn't seen it, but I did see the Total Drama Islands series. I think it's the first series representing the first season of the Total Drama series. So yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me just read this. Okay. Actually serious. One, do you prefer the Bayverse or the Nightverse of Transformers? Um, to be honest, I don't know anything about Bayverse or Nightverse of Transformers. The only pieces of Transformers I'm mostly strictly familiar with, my friend, is Transformers Prime, Transformers G1, and probably soon Transformers Animated, and hopefully the live action Transformers movies, because plan to like like focus on the major like well known parts of Transformers and all that stuff. So yeah, but I'm assuming that what you mean by Bayverse or Nightverse of Transformers, I'm assuming that you mean the different type of series of the live action films of Transformers. I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah. So yeah. So yeah, sorry about the long like silence. Is that I was just checking through my notifications on Twitter for a second there and all. Anyway, do you think Snips and Snails is related to Bill and Ben or or Splatter and Dodge? Um, I guess I would say Snips and Snails. They I don't know if I would say they could be related to Splatter and Dodge because I would say that because in my opinion I would say personally that I felt like Splatter and Dodge are more kind of almost related to either Orbot and Cubot from Sonic the Hedgehog or who else? Who else? Let me think for a second. Um, or probably another villain sidekick to Dr. Robotnik from Sonic the Hedgehog would be um Scratch and Grounder and Coconuts from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. But I think most likely Snips and Snails would kind of almost be related to Bill and Ben, in my opinion. But I don't know. But maybe, just maybe. like I would say that probably Snips and Snails could be close to be related to Bill and Ben because they almost kind of remind me of Bill and Ben from time to time whenever I watch MLP. So, who do you prefer, Splatter and Dodge or Ari and Bert? I don't mind Ari and Bert, but if I were to pick a BR Class 08 duo, I would probably say Splatter and Dodge, mostly because I'm one of the few Thomas the Tank Engine fans who would honestly love to see Splatter and Dodge return. And it is interesting for a fact from what we discovered, for those who have noticed in the TT, the TTE Wikia, that Splatter and Dodge were originally supposed to return in Day of the Diesels with Diesel 10 and all, but they didn't because they were replaced by Paxton and Sydney, which is an absolute shame if you ask me. And honest to God, I would honestly love to see Splatter and Dodge return and all that stuff. It would be pretty cool to see them return and all that. And as for Ari and Bert, they're alright. I mean, I'm not too crazy about them as main favorites from from Thomas the Tank Engine friends, but I mostly do prefer Splatter and Dodge a little bit more than those two, to be honest. Now, come to think of them, so yeah. Are you a Godzilla fan? Um, I'm not really honestly sure what to say, but I guess I would say sort of in a word because um I remember some time ago in the past, me and a mate of mine, we were talking about Godzilla and all that because he is a fan of Godzilla aside from being a fan of Team Fortress 2, Steven Universe, and also Transformers and all those other interests of mine. Um, he recommended me to watch the original Godzilla versus King Kong movie because of I told him out of all the Godzilla films I was developing a little interest into was definitely the original Godzilla versus King Kong film. And he also got me as a bonus for a DVD. He got me Shane Godzilla and another Godzilla DVD, which is somewhere in my DVD collection, which I can't remember the name of the title at the moment, and all that. So yeah. Um, if any of you lot have any questions, as long as it's not personal questions, like really too personal, like because like if there are any way too personal questions that seem extreme for me to answer to, then I would strictly remove them off the chat and all. But but you can only mainly ask me about my interest and all that stuff. So yeah. What are your thoughts on Daydream Schlimmer from Equestria Girls and Lady from Thomas and the Magic Railroad? Well, Daydream Schlimmer is one of my favorite forms ever of Sunset Schlimmer, mainly because the way how I would describe Sunset is that she's a she angel or just like a beautiful angel from the way how I see it in seeing her in action in her Daydream Schlimmer form. Sorry, Day, Daydream Schlimmer form because it looks so damn beautiful when I first saw it Sunset as Daydream Schlimmer in friendship games, and I honestly admit she looks so damn beautiful as an angel and all that stuff, looking like that. So honestly, being a huge Sunset Schlimmer fan myself really is one thing. So as for Lady from Thomas and the Magic Railroad, well, I find Lady a pretty interesting character, and honestly, I would have honestly loved to see Lady return in the Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends franchise, but I doubted that she would return. But maybe it could be a possibility or a slight one that she might or not. Who knows? Because we know for a fact that Diesel 10 is the only Thomas and the Magic Railroad character that has returned. Like, he has legit returned in since Misty Island Rescue as an awesome cliffhanger. That is something that I loved when I first saw Misty Island Rescue at the cinema when I was younger. Yeah, to be honest, I did see it at Misty Island Rescue at the cinema when I was younger, and I thought it was good. But to this day, I don't think I would ever have that much interest to rewatch it. But unless if I decide to, then, well, maybe. It's a strict maybe. But I'm just, honestly to God, don't know much. Like, just, I haven't been paying attention to the film that much lately. So, So, yeah, okay. Would you like to see a fight between Demon Sunset and Timothy the Ghost Train? Well, if it would have taken place in hell, where Chernobog sees it as entertainment, as he sees his opportunity to gain Thomas and Sunset Shimmer under his control and all that, and turning them into Timothy the Ghost Train and Demon Sunset or something like that, that would have been scary. But in reality, I wouldn't be too certain about if I would like to see a fight between them. But if it did ever happen, I would just go like, what the heck? I'll just give it a shot to see how it goes and all. But honest to God, I mean, who knows what the results of the fight of those two would have turned out to be. I mean, personally, if you ask me, I would have wanted to see a fight between say maybe between like Alfred and Diesel 10 to see who is the most threatening engine on Sudor personally and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, now we are going to probably watch another video of mine because I'm honestly could not think of anything else too fancy to say much. I mean, like, I don't know what else is there ton to say, but who knows. Sorry, I don't know. Honestly, understood what I just said there, but actually, I may consider showing you guys some older project of mine that I made back in 2017 and everything. So yeah, just spare me a second to set it up. And okay, but before that, I'm going to answer this question. What's your thoughts on the new Sonic movie 2020? Well, best live action movie of 2020 ever. Sorry, I just had to say that. Anyway, like, for real, it is the best live action film of 2020 I ever seen back then last year. Basically, I seen it when it first came out in cinema with a friend of mine as a early birthday treat for him, and he and I enjoyed watching the film together, and we honestly enjoyed it. And I was hoping at some point in the future that I would hopefully get the film on DVD and all that, either for my birthday or sometime soon in the future. I don't know when, but who knows? I mean, even if I were to get it on DVD, I would immediately rewatch the film again because of how much I, loved that film so much ever since when it first came out. And yeah, and I honestly give it hands down and all that stuff. And Jim Carrey became my third favorite Robotnik, uh, like third favorite take on Robotnik ever, like third favorite actor to play as Robotnik. While Jim Cummings is my first favorite because of how awesome he was as Dr. Robotnik in Sonic X. I mean, not Sonic X. Sorry, why the heck did I just say Sonic X? I meant to say Sonic SatAM. Anyway, in Sonic SatAM, Mike Pollock as my second favorite within Sonic X. You're welcome, Sonic X, and in the video games. So yeah, Mario or Sonic. Well, although I'm more into Sonic these days, if you could tell by judging the number of character artworks of the Sonic characters I have done on DeviantArt and all that stuff, then I guess you could say that, well, it excuse me. I guess you could say that I like both Mario and Sonic, but kind of mostly I would say I'm more into Sonic a little more than Mario. So, yeah. Yeah, after having a last sip, we're gonna start watching a video of mine and mhm. So yeah, okay, let me just check here if you all could see it. Like if you lads can see it good and okay. So without further ado, let's start watching this, which is a project that trailer I once made back in 2017, which is known as Captain and Friends. Originally, it was supposed to be a separate YouTube series, but nowadays it's gonna become part of the Adventures of Thomas and Friends series, mostly because I thought of an idea that it could be a spin-off series solely focusing on Captain and his friends, such as Tencent's Sunshine from Tugs, Theodore Tugboat, and all his friends from Theodore Tugboat series, and all that stuff. And these characters were supposed to be other characters mainly going to be featured in Captain and Friends, but I'm not sure what if became of the models of them and all. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see what other questions you got for me. Would you like to see a fight between Midnight Sparkle and Nemesis Prime? Who's Nemesis Prime? Hang on, let me just research it real quick. Okay. Nemesis Prime. Oh, a character from, I believe, from Transformers in Transformers G1 or something. I don't know. Like, yeah, mainly on Transformers. Sorry, I was just researching real quick about who was Nemesis Prime because of the name sounded familiar to me because I heard it somewhere before. Anyway, um honestly, if I were to see a fight between both Midnight Sparkle and Nemesis Prime, I would have probably give it a try to see what the fight the outcome of the fight would turn out. Like either it would be Midnight Sparkle who would have won or Nemesis Prime, whichever one of the two. I mean, honestly, I think for certain it would have been Midnight Sparkle who would have taken the win, but I don't know. Oh, oh, okay. Nemesis Prime is actually at the Decepticon. Cheers for that, fan, good fan out there. All right, so if you got any more questions, give it to me and I'll answer it as much as I can. So yeah. I mean, because I haven't got like anything too crazy to say. Mate, come on, what else can I say? Yeah. Right, let me think. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. From Christopher Audrey, what's my favorite railway series book? To be honest, I'm not sure. I guess I would say James and the Diesel Engines would be my would probably be, excuse me, my main favorite railway series book made by Christopher Audrey. So yeah. Would you like to see a Equestria Girls and Thomas the Tank Engine crossover movie? Well, sure, I guess. I mean, how bad can it sound? I mean, it could sound interesting or what, depending on what people's opinion on that would have turned out to be. Do you like Wallace and Gromit? Yeah, I like Wallace and Gromit, especially rewatching Wallace and Gromit A Grand Day Out and Wallace and Gromit The Wrong Trousers on Netflix after finding out that the Wallace and Gromit shorts and Wallace and Gromit A Curse of the Were Rabbit um ended up on Netflix, and I thought to myself that whenever I'm bored, I could always watch Wallace and Gromit on Netflix anytime. So thank goodness that Netflix shown some good entertainment from Aardman Animations. So, Can I be a cameo in your show slash series? Sorry, can I be in a cameo in your show slash series? Use Miles Morales PlayStation 5 cutscenes. Look up on YouTube. Depending on what show or series you're talking about, Ultimate Spider, I mean, I don't usually take requests for like showcasing anyone like randomly that I know. Like I only mainly if I were to feature anyone in any of my projects or something, I would have asked mainly my friends permission first, either my friends on social media or a friend from in real life. So yeah. Can I say something unpopular opinion? Depending what this unpopular opinion is. I mean, honestly, I don't know what you mean by unpopular opinion, so meh. Well, random, but hey, people have different opinions about how good or bad Rainbow Rocks is. I mean, personally, to me, I enjoyed it, but I mostly enjoy Legend of Everfree a lot more, mostly because My Little Pony Equestria Girls Legend of Everfree has always been my number one favorite Equestria Girls film of all time, because whenever I feel like in the mood to watch it, which by the way, I'm so happy that I got the DVD of it for Christmas. Whenever I watch it, it often reminds me of field trips I would often go on with friends of mine in real life and all that stuff. And especially like camping trips too. Those are great fond memories and all that stuff. And I really think that Legend of Everfree really often reminds me of that so much. And it's really awesome and fun. So yeah. And yeah. Oh, apologies for that. In case if you heard that little bump on the mic. Let me see now. What else could I react on? Maybe I'll just watch a video or something and do a react on that or something like that. I mean, honestly, I don't know. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Which man is perfect for Twilight Sparkle, aka Sci-Twi? Is it Flash Sentry, Timber Spruce, or Thomas the Tank Engine? I would probably say Timber Spruce, mainly because I honestly um I honestly find the relationship between Psy Twilight and Timber Spruce pretty interesting and adorable, and also yeah. Who's your favorite Spider-Man and who's your favorite anti-hero? My main favorite Spider-Man will have to be, when it comes to cartoons or animated movies, I would say Josh Keaton, some Spider-Man from the Spectacular Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man. And when it comes to live action versions of Spider-Man, I would definitely say Tom Holland. Although I don't mind Andrew Garfield or either Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire and all that, but I kind of mostly prefer Tom Holland a little more. So, favorite anti-hero, I would definitely have to say probably Discord from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, Iago from Aladdin, the Punisher from Marvel Comics. Um, who else? I guess I would say Soldier from Team Fortress 2, because when I first came to a thought in my mind, what type of character would I describe Soldier and the other characters in Team Fortress 2? Either heroes or anti-heroes or villain. And I thought, man, what the hell? Maybe anti-hero will be best. So yeah, I mean, Soldier has always been my main favorite character in Team Fortress 2, and he's always been the best ever since I first played Team Fortress 2 with a good friend of mine on online on Steam and everything. So yep. Anyway, react to the Magic Railroad Chase crossover video you made. Well, I don't think I would, mainly because the last time after I watched that, I felt like it wasn't really worth watching excuse me. I honestly don't pay much attention to it. I mean, strangely it is. It somehow got very popular and all, but I felt like I should have at least took it down off YouTube and all, because I just don't pay much attention to it anymore. But I only kept it there for the sake of a possibility of either doing a reboot of it at some point or do a Wind Railway chase sequence version of it instead. So, yeah. What about Heavy from Team Fortress 2? Yeah, I don't mind Heavy. He's alright. Like he's a great type of character. Hell, I would have imagined him trying to fight either the Juggernaut or Kingpin from Marvel Comics or hell, even Bane from DC Comics. What is your favorite villain of Equestria Girls? Um, my main favorite Equestria Girls villain, or I should say villains, will have to be the Dazzlings, Adagio Dazzle, Aria Blaze, and Sonata Dusk, alongside Midnight Sparkle. They have been my main favorite villains from Equestria Girls. Shockwave or Soundwave? Well, I don't mind them both, but I kind of like Shockwave. I mean, not Shockwave, Soundwave a little more. Which, funny fact about now that you ask me about Shockwave or Soundwave, I actually have the Transformers Masterpiece figure of Shockwave I got for Christmas, and it was Christmas, uh, one of my favorite Christmas presents that I got alongside the newer Transformers figures I got. Like, I got a RCG1 figure, a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic version of Optimus Prime, Black Arachnia, and Megatron from Transformers Animated, and Bumblebee from the live action Transformers movies. Anyway, what is your favorite character on. Excuse me. I guess you mean Spectacular Spider-Man, not Spectacular Spider-Man. But mistakes happen. For those who don't know how to spell, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, I don't judge you for that. I mean, because I'm not the kind of guy who judges you for who you are, because I accept you guys for who you are and all. So, my favorite character of all time in the Spectacular Spider-Man would definitely be Spider-Man slash Peter Parker, Black Cat slash Felicia Hardy, the Green Goblin slash Norman Osborn, Doctor Octopus, also known as Doctor Otto Octavius. Um, who else do I like? Oh, I like Tombstone, Hammerhead, Sandman, Mysterio, and Shocker. I guess those are all the characters I like. And yeah. Who is my main favorite character? Oh, back to the Spectacular Spider-Man. I also like Craven the Hunter because he seems so tough and badass in the show and everything. Anyway, who is your favorite character in Transformers Prime? Um, my main favorite Autobot will have to be RC because of how awesome and badass she is, and I love how the this incarnation of RC is a lot different compared to all the other past incarnations of RC throughout the Transformers franchise, because as you may notice, she hasn't been given like a main character role at all in any of the pieces of the Transformers franchise up until uh Transformers Prime, which is something that I'm honestly impressed about. So yeah. As for favorite Decepticon, it will have to be Megatron, um, Starscream, Arachnid, um, I guess Knockout as well, and Breakdown as well. So, um, yeah. Unicron from Transformers the movie or Discord from MLP? I don't mind them both. I see Unicron as Galactus, but in Transformers, which is something that I'm honestly that surprised of. Anyway, Discord, he's really entertaining and hilarious, to be honest. Like he's really like super entertaining compared to say uh like probably the genie from Aladdin, or Jay from The Inbetweeners, which BTW, he's my main favorite character of The Inbetweeners. I got to get around to watching the show and the movies. I mean, I've only seen like one episode of the show so far, and I honestly find it really entertaining. So, good one, bus wankers. I can't believe I actually said that, but I just had to because of how much I enjoy that Inbetweeners. So, yeah. Okay. Which breaking fourth wall character, Deadpool or Pinkie Pie? Um, I like both. Sorry. Anyway, Deadpool, he is one of my main favorite characters from Marvel Comics. So I give him points for being one of my main favorite, like being one of the funniest characters to this day. He is really entertaining, especially when he breaks the fourth wall. As for Pinkie Pie and My Little Pony, I don't mind her. She's not a huge favorite of mine, but I think she's pretty entertaining. So yeah, I mean honestly, I find Pinkie Pie really entertaining, and yeah, I mean it's so funny of how she breaks the fourth wall. That is something that she and Deadpool have in common with each other. As much as Deadpool has one thing in common with Sonata Dusk, and that is that they both love tacos and all that stuff. Anyway, would you watch my series? Um, Depending on what series that is, and is it on YouTube or DeviantArt or something like that? Ultimate Spider. So yeah, don't be a bus. Sorry, I just had to read that from from the live chat. I mean, that's really funny. I really in between his reference, so damn hilarious. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Oh, it's called Ultimate Spider and Friends, and you would send me the link to it. Okay. Hmm. Right. Pardon me. Okay. All right. So basically, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to do a reaction to one of my Thomas Ray uh remake videos. But before that, I'm gonna try and answer a few questions. So yeah, just spare me a second. So yeah. All right. I just had to stop the screen for a second. Optimus Prime or Princess or Principal Celestia? I don't mind Optimus Prime. He is one of my main favorite Autobots, like favorite characters from Transformers. But although I do like RC a lot more than him personally in my book, um, as for Princess or Principal Celestia, I don't mind them both because I often see Princess Celestia and Principal Celestia, or maybe just Princess Celestia, as a mother figure type character and all that stuff, which is something I adore about Princess Celestia and all. So yeah. Anyway, next question. What is your second favorite after Legend of Everfree? Um, I think I would probably say maybe either Rainbow Rocks or Roller Coaster of Friendship, either of those two, because Rainbow Rocks, because it has awesome, entertaining villains such as the Dazzlings, and I love the character development on Sunset Shimmer, and it really brightened up my mood whenever I watch it. As for Roller Coaster of Friendship, it's entertaining. I mean, yeah, it does really have some good, funny, entertaining moments here and there. Although I think, as far as I can remember from the last time I've watched it, some people could have considered it like that it focused way a bit too much on Rarity and Applejack and all that stuff, which to be honest, I kind of agree with some people about Roller Coaster of Friendship, to be honest. I mean, in my opinion, they should focus a little bit more on Sunset, Sidetwine, and the other characters a little bit more, not just Rarity or Applejack. I mean, come on, the film is not always just about two girls, all right? It's about like the rainbows and all that stuff going through amazing adventures and stuff. So yeah, Diamond Tiara or Duncan. Um, well, to be honest, I wouldn't be that too certain because the way how I see Diamond Tiara start off as a bully type character, I don't honestly pay much attention to her up until I think she becomes later on an anti-hero or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I mean, I'm just trying to remember from my knowledge in Friendship is Magic and all. Duncan's alright. He is funny and entertaining, and yeah. Silver Spoon or Sir Handle, both maybe. Okay. Anyway, let's just start out reacting to the next like to the what I was gonna react on. So yeah, just let me just make sure if everything's okay. Whatever. Yeah, I just need to make sure if everything is going according to plan here. So yeah. Even I must admit that the quality is kind of grainy, like poor a bit or something. I do apologize for that. It's just probably the way how it is. Like, but meh. We'll just try and skip the intro a little bit more, the production's intro a bit. So here is Percy Takes the Plunge reboot. Um Not a lot to say here, but although I I did intended to make a voice acting version of this remake episode, but at the time it had to be postponed in production because of lack of actors and actresses at the time. And I'm actually kind of thinking of excuse me, kind of bringing back into productions for me to try and air it onto YouTube and such. So yeah, but who knows? It depends really about how I feel for the outcome. But if I don't feel like bringing it up onto YouTube, then meh. I would have moved on to focusing a lot more on other projects in general. Excuse me. The reason that I don't have a danger sign is because I used a stop sign instead of a danger sign and all that stuff. But yeah, I think it's not much of a big deal personally. So that part there with moving Percy and the trucks to get into that part of to this part of the line and towards the key was kind of tricky to do, but I figured that I managed to find a way to get that sorted. So Captain gets a cameo in this because of whatever. And even Salty gets given a cameo in this. So and indeed there won't be, as much as Diesel's been given this cameo. So yeah, okay. Now it's time for me to look upon other questions and stuff. Okay. Sup, nice one from a good friend of mine, Leo Filmmaker 8. Do you love The Simpsons and its movie? Well, I honestly enjoy watching The Simpsons, and I do plan to rewatch The Simpsons from season 1 to 10 because I mostly would prefer to watch the original Simpsons a lot more than its modern seasons as of to this day. But and yeah, nice custom Vans, Ertl 10 cents. Yep, thanks for the comments on that. And I didn't know you know about tugs there, Leo. Leo Filmmaker 8. And what do you mean by no episode 2? Ultimate Spider. Okay, whatever. Well, the reason that you can't hear the audio black um the black 5102, sorry, I'm just trying to read your name correctly, is because I didn't press the audio to be on. So yeah. All right, let's see. Do you like Fluttershy? Do you really want to hug her because she's kind, so beautiful and cute? Um, I would, yeah, but mostly I would enjoy. I would honestly mostly prefer to hug Sunset Shimmer a lot more because she's the main kind of Equestria girl that I would love to hang out with. So, all right. Like I said, I don't take requests from my from fans and all that stuff. Like, because honestly, I don't take requests from fans about doing any birthday specials for them. Sorry about that, Twilight Sparkle, the Tank Engine. But anyway, let's see. Have you ever planned on watching Steven Universe? Um, I've been kind of doing research about the show lately, and um, I had been thinking about it for some time, but honest to God, I'm not 100% certain. But although it does seem a promising show that seems to look highly recommended from you, my friend, but I have to think about it for a bit. But I had been kind of thinking of likely that I would, but yeah, I'll think about it. It's on my to-do list at some point. So yeah. Excuse me. Do you have any factory error models? Well, I have factory error models of Splatter and Dodge because the reason I have them is because I wanted to use those as extra props for Splatter and Dodge for when it comes to terms of like extra as using them as extra facial expressions. So yeah, I do have some factory error models, and the factory error models of Splatter and Dodge is one of them. So yeah. What are you talking about? Ultimate Spider. What episode 2 and what episode 3? Rainbow Dash versus Sonic versus Gordon. Who will win? Uh I honestly wouldn't be certain of who would have won throughout this one. I guess I would dare say perhaps maybe Rainbow Dash or something. I don't know, but I don't know. Or maybe it could be a tie score between herself and Sonic because they could easily outrun Gordon and all that jazz. Believe me, they would. But that's really strongly debatable if you ask me. So, yeah, probably Mallard would win. Why, yes, I would have won. I mean, of course, I am being voiced by Rizo2612's Studios himself. Mallard, you're kind of breaking the fourth wall here. Well, it's a new thing. Deal with it. So I just couldn't resist. I mean, I haven't done my Mallard impression in God knows how long, but I do plan to reuse this impression of Mallard for when I introduce him in my Adventures of Thomas and Friends series, mostly because it would be as a tribute to it would be like a tribute to when I used to do the voice of Mallard for my friend Mr. A the Hedgehog. Go subscribe to him because of he makes great content in his videos and everything, and he has great um amazing videos and like good jokes within his videos and stuff. I mean, he's such a great guy to uh, chill out with and all. No, it's not. For God's sake, Leo filmmaker. Hey, no. I wasn't taking the mick out of Donald Trump. Don't you dare get me started about him. I mean, oh my lord. Oh god. That was in the original plan that my Mallard Like, interesting fact for those who don't know, originally when I came up with the role of Mallard for Mr. A the Hedgehog's videos, I originally was going to make Mallard almost sound like Donald Trump, but I honestly don't think I honestly wouldn't make a good Donald Trump impression at all for Mallard, and so I decided to give him a good attempt of a posh type of voice. So yeah, and we're gonna build a wall and make the LMS pay for it. Interesting. I guess that's the kind of price I had to pay for watching a lot of railway roundabouts documentaries and all. Yeah, I would say I'm happy that Joe Biden replaced Trump. I would say that. So yeah, but I don't often pay attention to politics that much nowadays. I mean, if you notice what's going on lately, you would understand why and all that. So yeah, I mean, I don't have much intentions on talking a lot about politicians and such. I don't know. Maybe Mallard would or not. He probably would have met up with another LNER um, engine that I'm designing, who is also named after the legendary LNER designer himself. I salute him for that. God bless him. Yeah. Also, while I'm on the stream, I thought I would just let you all know, for those who have excuse me, just want to do something real quick here. If we go on to DeviantArt real quick, excuse me, I let me just see if I have created a tab showcasing my custom models or something. I honestly don't remember. I think I may have, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, for those who want to know about my custom models and all that, I'll take you through the history of my custom models that I have made over the years. The first one I have made is Rex. The reason I made Rex out of an old style wooden railway mic was that because originally I was going to get a wooden railway CGI mic for it, but I decided that the old style mic would be a lot more perfect for Rex's body and for my take on the character and all that stuff. And yeah. So yeah, I mean, overall, I am impressed with the outcome of the choice here that I have picked for designing the Rex model. Moving up to the second one I've made, the Troublesome Vans. Those two were made out of the old style Annie and Clarabelle that I bought some a long time ago on eBay because I thought to myself, well, what else can you do? And I thought to myself, what can I make out of them? And then I thought, well, I could do with some extra flying Kipper vans for my Thomas series. So designing those two came into my mind. So yeah. Anyway, next up is Winston. For those who are wondering, a bit of a close up. For those who are wondering what this is supposed to be, it's supposed to be his funnel and all that stuff, like a bit taller than say Edward or James and all that. And Winston was designed out of a wooden railway Edward model, and I had help from my friend Mr. A the Hedgehog to design the faceplate for Winston. So big shout out to him. He really does a good job on the faceplate. So yeah. Next up is a British Railways steam engine, which is basically based off a LMS Black 5. And once again, a shout out goes to um, Mr. A the Hedgehog for designing the faceplate. And I think he really nailed it for me, and I'm that impressed. Next up is a GNR tank engine. For those who don't know what a GNR tank engine is, it means Great Northern Railway, and you excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. I was just checking on the stream for a second. Anyway, um, like I said, like the the model I used for the GNR tank engine, I used another Windrally Ryan I got because I thought to myself, maybe I should make a realistic model of a GNR tank engine. So I used a color of dark green with gold stripes and red for the buffers, and then voila, there you go. And the faceplate was made by Mr. A the Hedgehog and everything. So, yeah. Another custom is Helen. Basically, Helen is basically going to be a character who I haven't thought up of what type of a role would she have in my Thomas series. Either being an engine from the other railway or a different type of character that would be seen in the background and all that. But who knows? It depends what would happen throughout the series. So yeah. Next up is a British Railway steamy or steam engine, I should say. Um, how I would describe it is I would probably describe it as perhaps as a experimental engine, because the model I used for this was a Wooden Railway Douglas for the tender, and Edward. Yeah, it may not look like Edward to you, but with a closer look, it does, because it was a knockoff, like knockoff version of a Wooden Railway Edward model that I found online, and I thought I could make some good use out of it. Then I found this Toby model that I recently got off eBay some time ago, and during like the uh Christmas holidays and whatnot, I developed this one to be a LNER tram engine, to be like one of Toby's brothers and everything, which I thought it would be pretty cool. This one here is a British Railways diesel engine, which is going to be a background diesel engine, and the type of diesel engine model I used was a D1, another Thomas and Railway model of diesel sorry, D199. I was just thinking about diesel D199 for a second. One of the popular YouTubers, I may say. Anyway, here is a custom model of Bear that I've made, and yeah, I figured that it would have turned out pretty good. Although I'm thinking of possibly updating the model soon in the future, but I don't know. Excuse me. Here is myself, Antonio, as a Thomas and Friends character, with Adam, who is known as Mr. A the Hedgehog, and Luca, who is also known as Ginger Cat 65, as Thomas and Friends characters. So yeah. And I reckon that's pretty much all of the all of the custom models I have made so far. So yeah. What's this one? If you got birds, I'm coming to your house while you're out, lol. Okay, freaky, mate, but you ought to be careful about what you say personally, mate. Yeah. But I know you were really kidding. Anyway. Anyway, um um let's see. Looks like Tender Timothy. Yeah, I suppose so. Have you seen the Engines of Sudor and NWR Origins from Thomas 1 Edward to Henry 3, and what's your thoughts on it? I have seen both series, and to be honest, I enjoy it. It's one of the best few fan-made Thomas the Tank Engine series that I had watched. I mostly enjoy watching NWR Origins for some reason, because I honestly think it has good story development, especially the story of how Henry came to Sudor and how Gordon came to Sudor, and especially the rivalry between Alfred and Gordon. And I enjoyed the story of Donald and Douglas, of how they ended up on Sudor. And for season 2 of NWR Origins, my main favorite will have to be the one with Duck, because I love how it feels like an anti-bullying type of a story within it. Because I honestly like that, because of it shows that you can't take the take the, like, say for example, I would say it like, take take the marking that the others often mark you for who you are, like they tease you for who you are and all this stuff. So yeah, what I like about that episode was that Duck and the other Great Western Railway tank engines managed to stand up for themselves and everything, and that was a really awesome moment there, to be honest, in my opinion. And yeah, so, yeah, I could wish you a happy birthday, Twilight Sparkle the Tank Engine. I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, it's not much of a big deal, but mm, anyway, um, so yeah, and I reckon that's gonna be almost pretty much it, really, because this live stream has gone a bit way too long, and it's already gone like 6 o'clock already, and it's right now 6:03 in the evening in UK time. So thank you all for watching this live stream test run, and I do apologize for some say um like ups and downs there in the live stream, like for example, if you can't see the screen on certain stuff that I was watching on the laptop like a few moments ago and all that jazz, like, that's okay. But hopefully the next time, if I do another live stream in the future, then I will try and improve a lot more on StreamYard, because of this is like I said before when I started the stream a couple hours ago. um it's my first time doing a live stream and all that, and it was also worth it to test out my new headphones that I got for me to try and do my very first live stream test run, because I was kind of thinking for my 1000th subscriber special, I was going to do it as a collaboration with some friends at some point and all, and yeah, so anyway, and this has been Antonio, also known as Rizo2612, and have a good day, and may God bless you throughout the rough times we're kind of going through right now as of 2021. and wish you all the best and have a good one. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in to my very first live stream, and have a fantastic day.